Yo,
Yo,
What's good,
what
bro?
up, fellas?
I'm glad you two fellas could join us tonight.
I didn't know you was waiting on us.
What's up, everybody out there in YouTube land, Facebook land, wherever you are? This is our, I think this is our bi-weekly. Is that
Bi-weekly? Yeah,
our bi-weekly live. Where we just talk about wholesaling, we talk about real estate in general. And these are my two guys right here. We call ourselves the Triple Threat Wholesaling. Myself, Maxwell, Nazir, and CJ. Oh, I see what CJ did. He put his handle with his whole Instagram name in there. Naz, we got to get up to speed.
Hey, listen, let me say this, man. I learned from the best, the marketing genius himself, Maxwell. I said when it said enter your name, I said, what would Maxwell do in this moment?
Put my name. You see what I did? I gotta learn yours. That's what's up, man. So, yo, what do we got? Let's go to the questions over there. First of all, where's everybody from? Type Philly's in the house. I see that.
Shout out to Philly, man.
Yo, I see my U family is in here, man. I got some amazing students, man.
What's this? Miami University? University of Miami? What is it?
Nah, hey, relax. They got that from us. They actually got the U symbol from us. All right.
Charged up.
Yeah, man. We just came off a 2.5 hour coaching call, man. So I'm drinking some water and getting loose with y'all tonight, man.
Shout out to that person that said they got their IRA. That's what I'm talking about, man. This is what's up?
Nah, Nebraska house. But go ahead.
You see, Nas, I don't know if you've seen it. Somebody said they got their IRA, and that's what's up, man. I love IRA 8. For real quick, Nas, explain to people in a quick few sentences why IRAs, individual retirement accounts, are so powerful.
The reason being because they can shelter tax by stuffing money in them, and they also help you plan for their future for your retirement. And it's a subject I'm passionate about because I know many entrepreneurs, all backgrounds, all different races, whereas they have to take care of the elderly and their family. And it basically, just sets you up for the future.
Yeah, man, that's real story. Like, yo, this is gonna be a little personal question, but I don't want to be the only one asking questions up here. I just want to just guide this conversation. Obviously, this is just like we on a 3-way phone call and we having a real conversation.
One of our FaceTimes.
Yeah, one of our FaceTimes. So, but Nas, you got to cool down though, because this is
yeah. Please.
Hey, so obviously we are not trying to wholesale our way to just like the end of time, right? So, making money is important, but keeping money is even more important. What do y'all require yourself to live on? Nas and I are single. We ain't got no family. I know CJ, you got a daughter and stuff you take care of. What is your amount you need?
I'm gonna let Nas go first on that one, man.
I know Nas is frugal, but like real life, because we all make a good amount.
Like minimum to live on.
Not minimum, but what's your comfortability? Because what I'm trying to get at is a lot of us we make good amount of money, but we don't need all of that. So it's important to have saving plans, to put money away, to do certain things. What do you fit? What do you need to live off, Nas? Comfortably, not your very cheap stuff, but what do you need to live off of a year?
To be honest with you, I mean, I would be more than good on $120 a year. To be honest with you,
damn,
I'd be more than good off that. I'm pretty basic. Like, yo, my for real, like, yo, my base salary now like 35. Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
no, we're not talking about your what? We talking about what you really spend. We ain't gonna talk about that.
Nah, hold up. You can afford season tickets to the Charlotte Hornets?
Exactly.
Okay, hold on.
I thought we this is after dark. We need the real number.
Okay. No, my business is paying for those season tickets. NASA didn't pay anything.
Okay.
Yo. Bro, you don't really need that much money to live off personally. Once you really break it down,
Right.
And so, yeah, I mean, we all have 7-figure businesses. Does that mean that we pull all that shit out? I don't. You know what I'm saying? So, Yeah, I can live off the. I try to live off the bare minimum and give myself bonuses.
All right, hold on. Let's
Yeah,
ask.
see, he get real technical, bro. Include
Yeah,
your
I see what he's
bonuses
doing.
and
I see
your
what he's doing.
season tickets, bro. Stop all that. Include all
Oh,
of.
you didn't include all that. Oh,
Right.
I'm not the IRS. I'm not the IRS. I don't need to know who's paying for what.
Okay, all right. Okay, now I get where you go. Okay. I gotta be good off of like 350, 450 a year for the rest of my life.
Yeah, that makes sense.
For the rest of my life, yeah, I'd be good off that. Yeah.
What about you, CJ? So Nas is 350 to 400.
Nah. So my goal number, which I hope to exceed, which I plan to exceed. Let me rephrase that. But my minimal goal number is 100,000 a month.
Damn.
Man, what you trying? You gotta take your daughter to Disneyland every month.
No. I'm saying I'm talking about my target number.
Bro. No, bro. Answer the question. Stop playing with me. What do you need?
Say it one more time. Say it for the students in the back who don't listen. Yeah. Say it one more time.
How much money do you need to live comfortably? Right? We all produce
today.
I mean, just whatever, bro. I'm saying we all live. We all make good amount of money. What do you need to live comfortably? And the reason behind this is because we
50,000 a month. 50,000 a month. That's my number to live comfortable. The way that I want to live, my ideal life, 50,000 a month. Residual, not active income.
Bro, I'm not. Bro, see, here you go with that crap. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what does CJ spend on money? What does CJ need to spend on to be very comfortable?
Yeah, I need 50,000 a month.
Okay, so we're talking about no passiveness.
Wait, I'm talking about. You know what? Hold on, let's flip this table a second. What's your number, man?
$500,000 to $600,000 a year. That's to live comfortably. Like after I already have my stuff, like I'm building my house now. It's over $500,000. But like chilling, just a regular lifestyle, $500,000. Plane is already paid for. House is paid for.
Like flex, I like that.
I'm just.
Nah, but that's real though. $500,000, that's a good number.
Hey, on some real, like I try to explain to people, yo, on $300K a year for the rest of your life, what can't you do that you want to do? Like, what can't you do that you want to do? And I'm saying you personally, because some people think they need a bulk of all this money and they don't even know what they're doing. Like, I'm at that stage where peace and happiness is worth more than money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, like, you know, once, because you could afford a lot of things off of $500,000. You don't have to have, and this is obviously you got your house and all that stuff already. So, but my point behind that is once you get your business to a certain place, you're supposed to be stashing money and just trying to create residuals. And those residuals just put it into, you know, you just put that away.
Yeah.
You try to build because I was having a conversation with somebody the other day and I was like, yo, like if you're not trying to leave nothing for your family or a legacy, then why are you living? Like, why are you even?
That's why my number's where it's at, because I want to be able to put my family in a certain position. I want to be able to do things for my mother, right, a certain way, and I want to be able to create something for my lineage that will be here far after I'm gone, and to be able to put those things in place properly. I know that I need 50,000 a month in residual income.
Hey, yo, bro, you took your mom to, what was that, South Africa or Egypt?
Yeah, South Africa. Yeah.
I mean, bro, you did it. You fucking made it. You know what I mean?
You took your dad to the Super Bowl.
I did. Yeah, I did do that. But what I'm saying is, like, yo, how much more do you want to do? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm just trying to set things up. It's tough, man. I mean, you know, it's all relative. That's why I say, like, we got to figure out. I said this at We Live when I spoke, right? Like, we got to figure out what our ideal life looks like. And what kind of car do you want to drive? What kind of trips you want to be able to go on? You know, like what house you want to live in. We got to figure out what those things look like for us, like individually, and then figure out what that number is. And then that's how I establish my target, right? Like, I hate to say it this way, but I kind of want to know what I don't kind of want to know. I want to know what it feels like to walk in my garage and I got a Rolls Royce Ghost just sitting right there. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just it's in my ideal life.
Nah, my man out in Cali, I ain't gonna say his name,
but you can have all that with 500,000 a year.
Definitely can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because on a new Ghost, you could, I mean, if you are with leasing, you can negotiate, I think, 10,000 miles a year for like 4,000 a month. You know
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
mean,
saying? So
they
that's
all
for
lease.
yeah. Huh?
They're all, everybody leases their stuff because it's smart. There's a company out there that helps people, even the biggest celebrities, um, you know,
Get a lease.
yeah, they all get a lease.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, hold on, bro. Somebody say I just want some Prada sneakers and a good cigar. Yeah,
James Butler.
right. He said,
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So, so here's another question. What is your ultimate goal? Like, because we all grind so hard, right? Like, even like I'm in a group text with all three of these guys, all two of these guys, right? It's all three of us. And sometimes I will text in the morning, and some of us can't respond to somebody till later that afternoon.
Yeah.
And we really rock with each other. And it's just that we busy. Like we true, like CJ's probably the worst with it, but he's busy, he grinds, and here's the thing, we grind so hard, but we're okay. So what happens is I always try to figure out, like, when I'm rocking with somebody, what their purpose is, what's their real thing is. Like, you know what I'm saying? What do you actually what do you want to accomplish at the end of the day?
So I can answer that first. I've been thinking about this a lot, man, meditating on it for really the past 6-12 months, especially in the last couple of weeks with everything that's going on socially in the world. And what is very, very important to me is growing my development business and developing in emerging markets, emerging neighborhoods, quote unquote neighborhoods going under gentrification. And I want to be intentional about creating more spaces for African Americans, Black people, people who look like me, like you guys, to open businesses in, have spaces in. I want to use what I've learned, the things that I'm able to do, and spaces I can create in my business. That's a need in the community, especially in these emerging markets. So I want to be intentional about developing properties that can provide that. And I want to make sure I'm clear. I don't mean exclusively for Black people, right? But there's a need for that, and I want to hold myself accountable, and I want to create spaces like that for us to encourage entrepreneurship in the community, create opportunities for generational wealth. I need to use my skill set to create that type of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I like what Chris down in Houston is doing. What's his last name?
He's doing some sweet stuff, man.
Yeah, I was actually on his YouTube today watching some of his videos, because we had a development meeting today with some of my partners on the development company, and I pulled up some of his stuff, and I saw you say this is how he's doing it the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, he got full control. Nah, his situation is he got full control of that. I love it. You know what I'm saying? He's doing that the right way. You know what I mean? So speaking of his moves, I'll be moving to the hood soon, because I'm about to literally, try to buy all our junk back.
So what is your ultimate goal? Like, what do you?
I mean,
because you want to start a family and all that. You want to be able to. You do want to start a family one day, right?
Absolutely, man. You know what I mean, I'm gonna shoot somebody club up.
You're just waiting for the right one.
So, but what's your ultimate goal, like, with all of that?
I mean, just basically, like CJ said, first thing first, I've been putting myself out there in the front line for years and years and years. Probably 2011, 2012, and I never really monetized it per se, but I just always got emails like, man, yo, it's good to see an African American doing this in North Carolina. It's good to see a man in a position to own it, because I bought my first house at 24, and I was never really the quiet guy. I was always the guy that's doing it. And some people might looking at it as bragging or boasting, but it's like, yo, in my community, we don't get. Well, when I was growing up back in the 90s, it was only but so many things that we actually seen when you're in an impoverished environment. So therefore, man, definitely, leading by example, not only for my family, but for the community as well, what you can be when you don't settle. So yeah, man, we just Just trying to get that, accumulate more property, accumulate more rental properties, man. Progress is extremely important. Move up the food chain, get into more of, development. Yeah, I build houses from ground up, etc. But eventually I want to develop whole neighborhoods, build apartment complexes. I definitely like the way Chris got that model though, of not only us buying it, but selling it to us on some for us by us type of situation. And the reason being that's so important because to this day, you still have redlining going on. Yeah, it might be hard to prove, but you still have it going on.
From what I gathered from his YouTube channel video that I was watching is that he actually built very nice homes in an area that nobody would build very nice homes in, and the people came back to that area was like, wow. So it kind of like almost by accident or by not, it was on purpose, but he built a nice community where it was like, okay, you're probably not gonna come to this community unless you kind of cool with it. And then obviously he started doing more and more and he's changing it. So, but that's cool, man. So there was a question up there somebody had and said, he said, do you attribute your success in wholesaling from not having a partner? Yeah. Hey, listen,
it's a good question.
Real quick, everybody's asking for Chris. His name is Chris Senegal, right?
Yeah, I posted his IG in the
Google search Chris Senegal. He's gonna pop up. Chris Senegal and click news. He's been in the Houston Chronicle here just the other day. He's got Chris Senegal.
Yeah, he's the real deal, man.
So, but do you attribute your success to not having a partner in this business?
Me personally, no. I don't attribute it to that. I don't think partnerships are terrible. I'm not a fan of partnerships personally. I think partnerships really only work when you've got two people who do two completely different things in a business. Anytime you've got two people who are trying to do the exact same things, you're just going to consistently run into, bumps in the road, not be on the same page. So I don't want to say it contributed to my success. It's just not something that works for me, but I think you could be successful in a partnership or out of a partnership. I think it's easier to do it on your own.
Yeah, I think me personally, I think I've had partnerships in business. I have partners in some other businesses now, Vincent and Justin. But what I like about those guys is I think they're wise beyond their years, and they're family people. They ain't trying to have they don't want to be. Everybody plays their position. Like I play my single position in those relationships with those companies, and everybody plays theirs, and we come together and we brainstorm. But in my real estate business, I don't know if I wouldn't say that not having a partner. I just think my self-drive. What's hard for me? I've never been able to find a partner that wants to work as hard as me.
Yeah, that's real.
I don't think you're gonna find you, Max. I don't think you're gonna find that, bro.
Yeah, Max be working, man.
Now you go hard, bro. You go in, bro. You want some real live, like you could go 2 days without eating. You know what I'm saying? And you just working. Like
if I could do that, I wouldn't have this right here. I'm working on it. That's probably why I got it, because I eat once at like 3-4 o'clock in the day.
Yeah.
So here's another question from James Stinson. Can we put that up? Would you contribute your success in wholesaling to your investment in marketing and proper systems?
110%. Yeah.
Put that question up, please, guys. Would you contribute your success in wholesaling to your investment in marketing and proper systems? I don't know who's back there in the studio, but they about to ring some shots.
Getting the question up. I mean, I want Nas to answer that one first, man. Nas, do you contribute your business to systems and processes to the success of it?
I mean, absolutely. Yeah, you gotta have like system and processes in place to actually grow that thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, absolutely, I contribute to that. You definitely system and processes in place.
Yeah, I mean, I know CJ talks a lot about, making that, and you don't have to have a lot of money to start. I think probably not to answer the question, but what's really important in this business is just your grind. And I think what happens is a lot of people see investors and, I think entrepreneurs are the new rock stars.
Yes.
And I think it looks so sexy on Instagram and TikTok and all these things. but it really comes down to your will and your grind, and are you really into it? Like Nas is the only person in the world that I know says he wanted to be a real estate person since he was younger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like he's living his dream. You know, so with that, you know, with him doing that, you know, and him living his dream out, it becomes very, it's just it's dope. So if you don't have the drive to do any other type of business or be an entrepreneur or have any self-discipline, I don't think you're going to make it in this business. I know it looks good on Instagram. I know it looks good on YouTube. There's a lot of people that make money by telling you this is all gravy. It's not. You know, it's a very up and down. Wouldn't you guys say this? It probably in most of my businesses that I've had, this is the most stressful, I would say.
Real estate, wholesaling, investing. I mean, it's a stressful business. It's constant up and down swings. You know, I tell people, man, sometimes you got to strap in for the ride, and you got to be able to take the highs the same way that you can take the lows in this business. I agree with Max and Nas. Like, I think mindset is the most critical component of a wholesale business because it's just a certain level of work that's needed to successfully wholesale. Like, it takes a different type of inner grind. I feel like I don't know another job or business that you can start that takes the same level of effort and energy that a wholesale business does. And I think that's what hurts a lot of people when they first get started is they don't put that level of commitment to the business itself. Proper marketing and systems, that's definitely important, 110%. But like you can buy all the right systems, the prop streams, the deal. You can buy all of that stuff, right? REI Rail. You can market 5,000 people a month, but if you're not mentally in the game, then it's going to be a moment where things don't work out the right way.
Absolutely, man. That's you got to be in there, man. You have to be in the game, bro. Like this is hard. Real estate is hard. Real estate investing is hard. And once you actually get in, you're gonna see why so many guys do 1 and 2, 3 deals and then try to hop on the education side.
Done.
Yeah, the real estate side is hard as hell. Like it's stressful too. A lot of
it's very hard. I mean, I think I'm one that openly says that actually my real estate business, my flipping business is 1/5 of my overall income. Obviously, I have several businesses, but like just being like, so it's hard. And most people like you can't just have a crazy successful wholesaling business and make it to the top. And that's just not how it works. You look at 3 guys on your screen now that I would consider successful in our own right. We're all trying to jump into other things. It's like it's the necessary evil of getting into real estate without having a bunch of capital. But it's also the smartest way, I think, to get into real estate because it teaches you how to mop the floors, clean the toilets, in the sense of like it's the bottom basement of real estate. And once you learn from the ground up, it's like being the janitor in the same corporation all the way to CEO. You have so much knowledge of the entire picture. What do y'all think about that $1.7 million thing? That $1.7 million.
Somebody
Are you talking about the town for sale?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I Googled that, man, when I saw the article the other week. The thing is in the middle of nowhere.
2 hours southeast of Georgia, something like that, or
and it's not even that many buildings. It's like I think it's like 16 or something operational buildings. I don't. To me, that doesn't seem like a wise development opportunity.
But let's talk about deals.
But the concept. My bad. The concept of creating community investment like that amongst each other, in a beneficial space, not 2 hours from downtown Atlanta, right? But something in a good geographic location is a smart idea and a smart thing to look into and take advantage of.
When you talk about like deals, like let's be honest. If there was a deal, it would have never came. We would have never seen it.
It wouldn't have went viral and been on the news. Somebody would have, especially when the market that thing's been on the market for years. If it was a deal, man, somebody would have been on that thing way before it ever got on the news clip.
Absolutely.
So go to that question right there. Is it let's see, so it isn't possible to have a high income from pure wholesaling? Absolutely.
I like this question.
Absolutely. You can live a comfortable lifestyle, grinding every day, getting deals every single day, if that's what you want to do. But you're going to be an operator in your business at all times. What you guys
Don't burn out. Yeah, I mean, look, I've been doing this 10 years, man. You guys have heard me say that before.
Chris is only 22 years old. Look at him.
33, but close. 33, but close. Tell him 22, man. Tell him 22. Give me some years back. Wait, listen, man, I'm trying to tell you, you will burn yourself out making just a high income from wholesaling. And the reason being, you can easily make over $1 million a year in wholesaling. No question about it.
If you grind,
you can make crazy money in wholesaling. The thing is that you have to be active in the business daily to make that money. And the difficulty becomes when you try to transition, like we've talked about already tonight, when you try to transition into other opportunities, other things, if your life and income is tied to a wholesale business, it's going to be so restrictive in trying to do anything else, right? So like, you got to be aware of that. I don't think anybody should only wholesale. I think wholesale is a great business. I love wholesaling. It's my favorite investment vertical right now. But I don't think anybody should just wholesale.
I agree 100%. I mean, it's like I said, it's going from janitor to CEO. You want to keep going all the way up. Yeah, I mean, and listen, even with Mendez makes a good point. Without you guys being involved, so why are you guys still involved in your wholesaling business? He says the goal of a business is to eventually have running automatic without you being there and involved. Let me tell you, that is the hardest part of scaling your business, is having people. You don't understand. Having people. I have an 8,000 square foot, 22 employees across, not just in that business, but across my real estate business, 22 employees now. Now, if you think about that, that is hard to manage. So who do you hire to manage that? Right. So when you do get to a point, you're going to have to do all that and scale. It's hard. It's hard. Nas, why are you still in your business?
Because it's hard to hire the right people. That hiring piece of getting the right people in the right places.
And you love what you do.
I definitely love what I do. I'm passionate about what I do. Like, I've been wanting to be an investor since I was 19. Everybody else wanted to be a rapper, and I wanted to be an investor. I wanted to be a real estate investor. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, finding the right people is tough, man. That's especially in a wholesale business, because like we said earlier, like a wholesale business takes so much effort and work. And that's like, it takes effort and work from every single person on the team. And that makes it really difficult, man. It makes it hard to manage. So it's one of those things. But I mean, guys like me and Nasir, for sure, I know Max is the same way. When we've been down in North Carolina, hung out with Max, I mean, we love the deal, like the art of the deal, being in the deal, talking to sellers, going to job sites. Like we love that part. So the pullback is harder to do, because that's the part that you actually love and enjoy, right? Like when I dreamt of having a wholesale business or real estate investment business, the dream wasn't to sit around in like a suit and tell people what to do.
I wore a suit to work today, by the way. Felt mad.
I've never seen you in a suit. Yeah,
mad uncomfortable.
Actually, I have at We Love.
Yeah, I'm mad uncomfortable, but it was dope.
Man, so it's like you got in this business to actually do the business, to be in the business. So, and I want to be clear, actually, too. A wholesale business is not a tangible asset. I can't call Maxwell up and say, hey, Max, would you like to buy my wholesale business? Because it needs me in the business to operate properly. That's every wholesale business, regardless if somebody says they're CEO. Nobody's going to say, oh, yeah, I'll write you a check for $2 billion to buy your wholesale business. Wholesaling doesn't work that way. So wholesaling can be a business, but that's why we're saying that you need other components inside of your investment business, not just wholesaling, to make it a true business that's a tangible asset.
So somebody asked, what other things should they do in real estate besides wholesaling?
Buy rental properties, please.
I hope you are.
Please. I made the mistake of not buying rentals for the first 5 years of my business, and it's my greatest mistake.
And Nas, you when did you pick up your first rental, Nas?
Oh wait, but I didn't buy. I didn't buy enough. That was my regret, not buying enough.
08, bro. You know what I was doing at 08?
I didn't even say what I was doing.
Yeah, don't even say it. Don't say it.
Nas, how were you smart enough in 08 to know?
Or was he dumb enough? Or was he ignorant enough to get into something that he just wanted to try? And that was probably his risk.
That's a good question too.
Hey, remember?
Did you tell that story? That deal didn't go great.
Nah. 07. That deal didn't go great.
Okay.
That was the flip. I lost the money. But now 08, when I moved to Charlotte, I was just like, damn, this is cheap. But I didn't know about creative real estate. So being that I didn't know about creative real estate, what I did was I just went out and bought. I did everything the traditional way, realtor, loan, and all that. That's how I got my rental properties. But I didn't do it strategically. I just was doing it because remember, since I was 19, my goal was I want to be a real estate investor. I just wanted to be involved with real estate.
Yeah, I mean, one guy just said, if you scroll back up for a second, it says the next step after wholesaling is fix and flips, then buy and holds. You guys agree with that?
No, absolutely not.
Me neither.
Listen,
you don't have to ever do a fix and flip.
Let me be extremely clear, man. I've done a lot of fix and flip. All right, a lot of fix and flips in the last 10 years. Here's a common misconception of how people look at this business. You don't get into wholesaling to then become a flipper. All right. People flip properties because they can't wholesale. They don't have the energy to wholesale. Wholesaling and flipping is the point of doing both is to create active income. So money you need right now to live on right now. All right. So if you can achieve that wholesaling without any debt, without using hard money lenders, without dealing with contractors, without having to forecast the market for the next 6-12 months, if you can create that money inside of a wholesale business, there is not a need to flip houses. Now, you're talking to somebody who's flipped hundreds of houses. My primary focus for active income right now is wholesaling, and it has been for the last couple of years. So if I'm not flipping houses, because I know it doesn't make sense, if I can be direct to seller and create systems and processes to reach sellers and create active income, there's absolutely no reason to flip. You want to create active income by wholesaling, and you want to create residual income with assets.
Somebody says they make a lot more money fixing and flipping. You're leaving a lot of money on the table. Here's what I will say. So I do both. When I first started flipping, I was doing like the big projects, like the 4 or 5 months, $50,000. Well, in the South, that's in North Carolina. That's a big flip. 55,000. That's a big flip. You're spending a lot of money. I now only do flips that take me 3 weeks or less. And I only do it when there has to be a certain. So we had a deal today that we closed on, I think, Monday or Tuesday. And I was I could flip it and make about 22, or I can wholesale it and make 13. I wholesaled it.
Yeah, I mean, I flip some houses still too. I don't do anything that requires a lot of work at all.
Yeah, I do. Right? I do listing jobs. 3 weeks.
I do in and out jobs. I used to do brand new construction, crazy luxury houses, $125,000, $150,000 remodel jobs on flips. What people miss on flips is you make more money, yes, but when you start to look at the time value of money, the time that it costs you to make that money over 6-8 months, 4 months, whatever the case might be.
I done wholesale.
Yeah, when you start talking about ROI, I mean, listen, I talk about this all the time. If you can create a wholesale business that can do 5 or 10 deals a month, all right, and you can make at least $10,000 on average per deal, that means you're making $50,000 to $100,000 a month inside of a wholesale business. To achieve that on flips, you would have to do an insane amount of flips to achieve that. You'd have to have a huge operation,
and not only that.
Staff. What's
not only that, but at risk. If you go back up, Stephanie made a good point. I think her name was Stephanie. She said something about system and processes, but she said system and processes are good, but action is the key to the kingdom. I agree 100%. I had no systems and no processes my first six months in this business, but I was making dough. right? But you don't. But action. She's right. She's 100% right. Action is the key.
Yeah. That's a Fendi fact right there, man. You've
Nas,
gotta.
you're real quiet, bro. What you doing?
Nas, what are you doing, man?
You swiping right.
You okay. And I figured that I didn't want to say it. But Max, listen, I saw his finger go like that.
Yes, exactly.
I said, man, my dog on the live swiping right, man.
Nah.
Nas, what's one of your favorite? The question was, what's one of your favorite marketing strategies right now?
SMS. I'm still doing good with SMS.
Man, I think
You love that SMS, man.
because he hate talking on the phone.
That's what it is. Nas, tell the people, man. That's why you like SMS the most.
I do. I do. Like, yeah. When you get lay down lead via SMS, ooh, yeah. They're easy.
I mean, lay down leads are lay down leads, period. So
yeah, but that SMS is serious.
somebody says, what about wholesaling with transactional funding? Only spending about $5K, then sell to investor to finish the flip. Most I don't know if you're really selling those hotels to investors.
No, I do a lot of hotel deals.
Yeah.
A lot. Very few go to investors. Most of those go to retail buyers and the ones that need a lot of work. I just sold one. I posted this in my Facebook group. Max, I posted in your Facebook group. I lost $14,000 on a hotel this week.
I seen that.
What'd
you do, bro? Break down what happened.
I'll tell you. All right. But here's my point also. That went to a buyer who was a retail buyer with a 203K loan that was looking to fix that property up. It needed like $100,000 worth of work. And so they were buying it to fix it up. Most of the hotels that I do, that's the end buyer profile that we reach. How did I lose $14,000 on this property? I overpaid for it. It was in a really good neighborhood. I overpaid. And then I didn't anticipate COVID happening, right? And so I could have sold it earlier in the year. I initially got a contract within 2 days of putting it on the market. That person was using hard money. They were paying full price. That contract fell through. So then I didn't put it back on the market for like a month because I'm playing with the idea of rehabbing it. And then I'm saying, hey, like, don't be an idiot. You don't want to do these crazy big rehabs anymore of $100,000. And so I go to put it on the market again in March. Boom, COVID happens. And now I sold it for much less than I originally anticipated for, about 20 grand less than what I was trying to get out even on, you know. I was able to make a couple of things work with the real estate commissions and stuff like that to lower the loss. But it happens, right? Like, I'm not upset about it. It sucks. But I look at my business on a yearly revenue thing. I've lost money on 3 deals in the last 12 months. In comparison to how many deals I've done, I like those odds a lot.
You still batting pretty good. Yo, somebody said that I'm Kobe, Nas is Jordan, and CJ is LeBron.
I like that. Hold on, wait. Somebody gave Nas Jordan?
Kobe dead, though.
But I got Jordan.
Kobe's my favorite player, man. Don't do my man like that.
Hey, Kobe's up there, but I'm just saying.
He a legend, though.
Can I get somebody else?
We got to get somebody.
Can I be a living legend like y'all? Can I be a living legend like y'all?
Yo, this is Bam. Bam is on my IG lives on Tuesdays, man. Right? Thursdays. Yo, this dude is hilarious. Bam, I need you to give Max somebody living and active. It's got to be somebody living and active.
Please. Yeah, I'll take Dennis Rodman at this point. Hey, somebody says, what is the best way to do rentals? So you try and do Section 8 for your first rental. Also, can Section 8 be done in every area? So, Jalen, that's a good question. Section 8 is not a bad thing. I know that people pass it around as like a bad renter. You actually can get pretty good renters in Section 8. And one of my good friends, Christina Spells, aka Now, she's got her maiden name back, Christina Aguilera. I think 50+% of her profile was Section 8, and she never worried one drop about people not paying rent during COVID because those checks kept running. So yeah, Section 8, if that's where you're at, I am now told by my advisor I I can't buy any rentals under 100,000.
I love rentals under 100,000.
I do too, but for tax reasons.
I got you. Yeah, I mean, my favorite rentals are under 100,000. I think Section 8 is great too.
I could buy something for 38,000, 35,000, and get 750 out of it.
It sounds like if you're not buying them no more, man, it sounds like I need to come down to your market.
No, I'm still gonna buy them. I don't. I'm gonna tell them about it. So, all right, we got roughly like 18 minutes. Nas said he had a hard stop. He's got a date tonight, so we got to get off exactly.
Nothing even open.
I'm putting it right on you, bro. I know you texted to me.
We're gonna put you out there, man.
To my, hey, let's just keep it 1 hour. I got a date.
Nah, I say
you can say a date, but it's implied. What you going to gym?
I glanced at the text. I didn't read it fully, but that's exactly what I read.
Yo, what's good, fellas? Y'all ever do public housing exits, like renting by the room or by the bed? I never done it, but I know people who do it here, and they do very well with it.
Yeah.
I know people as well too. I just don't know if I want the headache of.
Yeah,
that's why I never done it.
Everybody who I know who does that model, they make good money, but every time I see them, they look so stressed out, and they're running over to the house dealing with stuff. I'm good on that, man.
Yeah,
so Michael Lopez says, "What are some tips doing SMS?" First of all, go to reirail.com. We now have text messaging. We now have RVM, all of that inside the system. When you join, they'll give you some of the best ways to do text messaging. But I want you to think logically about any marketing we do. Think logically about how you would receive and what you think would work for you. So I really don't think you gotta overstress it. And if everybody is doing the same text messaging and the same, the carriers are not going to deliver these messages. It's going to become a thing of the past.
Yeah.
So that's why we don't give out exact scripts for messaging. So where do you put your money if you have less than $100 for marketing? I'm currently driving for dollars right now on a bike. I got bandit signs as well. So
I like that question.
Yeah, you take that one because you always seem to get that question.
Yeah, I like this question a lot. So what I would do is I would save up my $100 of marketing for the first couple of months, and I would like 3 to 6 months, honestly, and I would strictly door knock on properties that are in bad condition, right? So the stuff you're driving for dollars on that's in really bad shape, but it's clear that somebody's still living there, but it's not in good condition. I would be knocking on those doors, trying to have a conversation with those people about buying the property. And then I would save that money for a few months, and then I would immediately go get a list. And then I would start making hand-dialed phone calls, and I'd go to REI Skip. I'd get that list skipped, and that $500 that I saved up for 5 months, and I'd start making phone calls.
So scroll down to that question that just came up. So I did my first deal in December because of you guys, but now with COVID, don't really know which direction to go in Richmond, Virginia. Caesar, stop making excuses. Stop making excuses. I'm talking right to you because that is whatever you. None of us here and this is just a real conversation. We got 14 minutes left. There's no pitch at the end. You ain't got to buy nothing. None of us up here are talking about how COVID is not working or COVID has got to. I'll be honest with you, because of people like yourself right now, not calling you out in a sense, but people that have that same train of thought right now, there's actually less people actually trying this business right now, which makes it actually easier for us to go out and get deals. And there's less people out there doing this. And on top of that, our buyers are having a hard time finding houses right now. So I've sold things in the last couple of weeks that they wouldn't have bought 3-4 months ago. They wouldn't have bought 4 months ago, but they buying them now. And I'm like, oh, okay.
I think we're past the point of stressing COVID in this business. I'm not saying the market's not changing or anything like that. I'm actively doing deals. I don't feel that COVID is impacting greatly my ability to wholesale or wholesale deals being sold. Buyers are still active in the market. You got to find out who this guy's in Richmond, Virginia. Time out. I just realized this guy Caesar is in my city. Caesar, listen, You're at where I live, okay? Trust me when I say deals are still happening and getting done all the time.
Yo, we got about 12 minutes left. I want to make sure I obey Nas's wishes, but Nas been very quiet, so I'm gonna kick back and I'm gonna let Nas run this right here.
Yeah, thanks, bro. Now what it was, man, I've been running. I'm moving my residence, man, and I had to go to the house 3-4 times. I had to go to Lowe's and all that. So 3-4 times. So yeah, I ain't even eat dinner yet. So with that being said, let me
Nas, this is real estate after dark, man. You don't got a lot of us, man.
I ain't eat dinner yet, man. I'm hungry. So what respond?
Like 700 people in here right now.
Have any of you ever flipped mobile homes?
I haven't.
Is a single wide count?
Yeah.
That is a mobile home. Yes.
Oh, yeah, I crushed that one. I crushed the single wide. Got it for $27,500, and I'm actually buying the one next door now. It just popped up on the MLS through HUD. So we're buying that one now. But I flipped but it wasn't in a park though. It was just out there.
Yeah.
So you bought the land and the trailer?
Yeah, it was a fix. So when they come out and they put the curtain sides on it and they're like drop it like that. So it was considered
that's a mobile home.
Yeah,
modular.
Modular joint that I guess they took the hitch off or something like that. I'm not sure. But we made good money. That was a real quick flip. In and out in 2 weeks, we made like $27,500 with minimal effort.
Yeah, I just thought about something, Max. I've known Nas, I think 8 years.
Yeah.
And we talk almost every day. I've never heard this man say he was going to Lowe's before.
But this is primary house though.
Primary.
Okay.
Primary,
right. I forgot.
I let the contractor, the GC, and
okay. All right. I'm just making because it's after dark. We got to be real with the people. I'm just making sure.
Yeah. But I've done some. I've done some mobile homes. I've done and not apart, just single and modular houses. But in my cases, they were always cheap, and luckily we found somebody that'll buy them. Either for the land or because they were cheap or whatever the case may be. But it'd be like one-offs. Yeah. So I am in Minneapolis. Shout out to Minneapolis. Them boys burnt that city down. The area where the riots, the people are selling quickly. I've been able to contract 7 companies so far since the riot ended. There is literally opportunity in every catastrophe. I agree. But yeah, I mean, you just taking advantage of the opportunity. People want to sell, and you just helping them get out of there quick.
Yeah.
Hey, my man Danny Bailey, I see your question. Are you guys wholesaling land? If so, are you using the same marketing strategies you use for houses? Yes.
Yeah. I sold 2 lots this week.
Yo, I've never sold. I just always buy them. I've never sold them. And I know Nas, like you the one who got me interested in that, and I just never did it. And I got a whole website and everything.
Nah, lots are good, man. I got 2 off this week. It's lots are a great business for wholesales, man.
Hey,
Nas introduced me to that too, man. I was buying them, and then he got me to a training, and I started doing wholesales on lots.
Ever since I bought those, ever since I bought 20 acres, I've been addicted to just keeping land.
You gotta sell some of it, but owning it, there's no land getting made, so that's not a bad move.
I'm Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? And y'all my teammates. You know what I'm saying? I like y'all, but I will get y'all traded if y'all. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, thank you, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you, but I'm Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm Kobe. We never played together, so I'm cool with it.
Yo, wait, Nas. If we're the Bulls, you're Jordan.
Yeah.
Who are we on the Bulls? 98 Bulls. Who are me and Max?
I want to hear this.
Okay. All right. So you build Cartwright. You know what I mean? So you build Cartwright.
Bro, how you gonna give me Bill Cartwright?
And my man Max is Tony Kukoc. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Max 2 coach, man. I like it, man. I
Two
like it.
coach, man. You know what I'm saying?
So and you Jordan.
I'm Jordan. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Okay.
This man gave me Bill Cartwright, man. This boy crazy, man.
He said Dennis Rodman is CJ. That's what they said.
Yeah.
Now or 98.
Huh?
Nah, 98. I don't know what Dennis doing now, man. I don't know what he's doing now.
Dennis look wild. Man, this is cool, man. I just like coming on here and kicking it with y'all. Honestly, this is like this is time where we just catching up. This whole concept, real estate after dark. I wouldn't say I brought it to live at all. This was really CJ's idea, but when in We Live 20, we did after the whole production was done, we said we're gonna if you want to leave and go eat, you can go eat. And I think about half of the room stayed. So I think like 350 people stayed, and we turned the cameras off, and people had real questions. People were in there crying. They had real stories. All the speakers were on stage, and I think we did it for like 2 hours.
We're in there for a while, man. Nas went a little early.
We was in there for like 3-4 hours.
A good thing though. I think he left out to go do a good thing.
He went to Lowe's.
I had to go do a good thing.
Yeah, I know he went to CVS. I think he went and bought that lady gift card.
Oh yeah.
I'm about the gift card. I would roll out because the story was just so. It was a hard to keep story.
Yeah, that's real. I'm Ray Lewis. I'll take Ray Lewis, man. Somebody got to keep everybody fired up, man.
I guess so.
Somebody got to rally the troops, man.
Yeah.
Man, somebody said I got low self-esteem.
Yeah.
I got low self-esteem, bro.
Oh man, that's hilarious, man. Yo, hey Max, how you deal with the comments sometimes, man?
Bro, I get shots every day from all directions. We really sit down and we laugh at them. Yeah. Like my team, we sit down and sometimes we have fun with it, man. But you know, when you living good and you doing the right thing, man, none of that stuff don't matter, bro. I'm good. I'm not in competition with I'm good. You know,
man, I saw that you I didn't have a chance to talk to you about it yet. I saw you put somebody on a flight and brought them to your office, man. How was that experience, man? I saw some of the video.
It was cool. It was a young guy that you know, he made a comment on Facebook about how they couldn't see through that I was fake. And you know, the natural knee-jerk reaction to anybody is, you know, say something back negative. But I actually wanted to take it as a learning opportunity for myself and also for him. So when somebody tagged me in the post, I said, hey, look, bro, I'm not even going to attack you. I said, listen, if you want to learn this business and see how real or fake we are, I'll fly you out to my city. I'll put you up in a hotel, you know, and I'll show you the business. I'll show you what's really going on. Yeah. And you know, he spent the day. He was supposed to be a day and a half with me. He missed his first flight and had to rebook, but he came out anyways. We had a dope time, man. Like we had a dope time, and it was fun.
Yeah, I think people don't realize, man. You're a super regular dude, man. Like people. I think we all look at you in this light, which you are in that light. But we get together, the three of us, and just hang out and kick it, man, and you know, talk crazy stuff and have a good time, man.
Yeah,
go ahead, man.
No, go ahead.
No, I think what it is, like, people are so much used to bullshit and fakeness that you're so big, they associate you with that. Not knowing, like, yo, you a real person with a real business. Like, you really can take anybody if you choose to, and you have nothing to prove to nobody, as I told you in private. And you know that, but it's like you really they like before me and you getting cool. You think Max is real? He's like, yeah, he's doing his thing. La, la, la. Then I met him and I was like, yo, bro, yeah, he's more than real. I just went to a room. There's like 500 plus people in there. You know what I'm saying? But It's so much fakeness out there, so much bullshit out there. People mistake you as another guy on social media who doesn't really do real estate, but you definitely do real estate. Like you own property and you wholesale houses every month. Like you have a dedicated real estate office, which for whatever reason your brand got so big, people just can't process that you're actually a real estate investor. I think that's
here's the crazy thing. To be honest, like I sit down and I look at my books and I look at everything, and I'm leaving probably $3 million on the table a year from not coaching. Like from not having a coaching program, easily. Like 3 million easily, and that's a cakewalk. I'm talking just a course. So like, it's a conscious decision not to do that right now. And the reason why I don't do that is because I don't feel like I have the time or the structure or the system set up correctly to be able to, service somebody that would spend money with me. So yeah, I could take the 3 million and you walk away with half of what I think you should get. But I'd rather just when the timing is right and when everything settles down and I set up what I got at my real wholesaling company, like once I set up and things are more automatic, then I may looking to build some type of training program. But right now, I just don't have the time. I barely have time for myself. So I think it would, but he says Chris ain't leaving that 3 mil on the table. He coaching. But the reason why Chris can coach is because he has the systems in place. I don't have those systems in place.
And to be clear on that, I didn't start doing that.
I encouraged him.
You did. To be clear, I've been doing this 10 years. In my 10th year, I decided to put something like that together after 10 years in business.
Not one year.
Not after my first wholesale deal, I said, hey, let me go coach people. I started doing it after 10 years in business. And the reason I did it, Max encouraged me to do it. And originally it wasn't something I felt interested in doing, but I realized it's my obligation to use my experience in this business over 10 years to help people grow and succeed and get to better spaces, be able to provide for their families in certain ways, understand how to put those systems and processes together. So that's why I created a coaching opportunity, but we can't even take everybody that applies. We only can talk to 4 people a day. We have a conversation with them, see if it's a good fit. If it is, that's great. We'll put them in the program. If it's not, we point them in the direction of resources that can help them out.
Yeah, I could drop a course tonight and make $500,000 a night. That's really how crazy the coaching business and the training business. I can make $500,000 a night, like 2 nights. And without no release or nothing. So, but like I said, then again, where's the follow up when you get a course from me? Where's all that stuff? Where's the hand holding? I don't have time or the systems set up right now to do that. So I just leave that to the people I trust. I know people, CJ's out there coaching. I know other people that out there that are legitimate that I hang out with that I know are doing the right thing. And go to those guys because they ain't gonna lead you astray.
Oh, yeah, we got to let Nas go. We got to get him out of here. Nas, you late?
Nah, I ain't late, bro. I'm good, bro.
All right, so we'll take this last question here in the green, and then we'll get up out of here, man. As always, look, I appreciate you guys. This live will stay up, so make sure you like it, replay it, send it to somebody else. Go subscribe to these channels, everybody else's channel, CJ and Nas. Make sure you go follow them on Instagram as well, too. And like I said, CJ's really running point guard on this. So every 2 weeks, we're going to come up and we're going to have this. I just happen to have the best setup, so I host it. But it's really
you got the best setup, no question.
It's really all three. It's not, this thing wasn't even my idea. It was actually CJ's idea, 100%.
It birthed from your concept.
Yeah, I mean the name did, but us just hanging out was really just your idea.
Yeah.
And I said, all right, cool. I give an hour every 2 weeks. So Michael says, what do you say to someone who lacks belief that there's possibility of this business? I would say show them this video. Like when this is done, go back and show them this video. And like I said, at the end of this, there's no sales pitch. I don't have nothing to sell you. Yeah. So it's like, show them this video and show them other people. Go back and watch, Nas's videos and go back and watch CJ's stuff. It's real. I mean, it changed let me tell you, this business changed my life and it changed my immediate family's life. My mother is retired whenever she wants, she still works part-time now. because she wants to, because she has her whole plan. My brother who is my COO. You know, and then I have 22 employees and their families and their kids and their siblings. All life has been changed because of what this opportunity has been able to afford me, and I'm doing okay. I live comfortably. I have no complaints. So anybody that's like saying that this is not possible, then they probably, it's probably not for them, because they probably more believe in the 9-to-5 structure. What do you guys think?
Man, listen, I don't say anything to people who like belief in the possibilities personally, because I'm living proof. I barely graduated high school. I failed out of college. I got into real estate at a very young age, was able to create some success. I've had ups and downs inside of real estate.
Hello, everyone.
If people can't see those type of things and then know that this business is real, then it's just not for them. And there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody's calling is not to do wholesaling or real estate investing. If somebody can't see that it's possible through your actions and the path that you're trailblazing in front of them, then it just may not be for them, and that's all right.
Can't convince somebody that this works, just like you can't convince the seller to sell their house.
Right.
Absolutely. I mean, it is what it is. You know, you got, you know, you have to find your thing in life, whatever your thing is. Some people think it's teeth. You know what I mean? And what that means is some people become dentists. You know what I'm saying? Some people think it's health. They might become, they might do something in the medical industry. They might become physical fitness, etc. But in life, you just got to find your thing that interests you. You know, real estate is not for everybody. You know, that just doesn't catch their attention. You know, you just got to find your thing and find your way.
Yeah.
That's it, guys. So we're 5 minutes over. Nas is going to send me a bill. I can't afford it, so I'm going to get off there. But I appreciate y'all. Every 2 weeks, y'all can catch us here. Make sure you have your questions ready. Some probably in the near future, what we'll do is we'll add in the call feature where we take some live calls. What do you guys think about that?
I think it'd be dope, man. Let's do
Okay.
it.
I want that. I want that. Give me that. Give me that.
Max, you're the only one who's got the setup for that. All right, so we're gonna leave that to you, and Nas and I are just gonna focus on being here every other week at 9:00.
There you go, man. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate everybody out there watching. All 700 of y'all that came out and check us out.
And let me say this, yo, y'all make sure y'all follow me, Real Estate Guru, wholesaling with the Guru in the Facebook group. I got the contracts in there. I see somebody ask for contracts. RealEstateGuru.com. You opt in, you get some free contracts. As always, as normal, BBW, hop in my DM. You know what I mean? Let's talk. You know what it is.
All right, listen, we're gonna close it on that, man. If you gotta find me, my IG handle is right here. If you want to find out about being a student in my program, just click the link in the bio and go apply, and I will reach out to you to set something up to talk with you about it.
But his sales pitch at the end was for BBWs. I gotta go, guys.
Yeah. Nas, enjoy your trip to Lowe's, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate y'all. Thank everybody. Everybody's Instagram and all that stuff will be in the note section. I appreciate y'all, man. Peace.
All right, man.